Strategies for protecting yourself and your employer from any kind of liability is to not serve a minor and or AIP. Do not serve up to the point of intoxication. Once your customer begins to show visible signs of intoxication, you've got to take corrective action. You cut them off. Remove any alcohol from the guest. Offer food and or non-alcoholic beverages. When it's time for them to go home, find the safe way home for them. Call a taxi cab, a friend, or spouse. If your customer insists on driving, call the police. Do not let them drive away or walk away. One of the ways to protect yourself from a third-party liability is to keep an incident log. In the past, incident log books were on paper. Nowadays, incidents can be recorded electronically. In fact, software is available to purchase from the open market. And of course, surveillance cameras are a good way to capture the events. The documentation has to be done daily. If you are closed, note that. You also have to show when the day ended. You want to describe in detail every incident in which you refused to serve someone alcohol. Document the person's name if possible, or at least their description, as well as any witnesses. Record what the person had to drink. Also describe any type of disturbances in detail. If minors attempt to drink at or frequent your establishment, note that as well. For an incident log to be effective, it has to be recorded in every day. In fact, we suggest that it is written in for each shift change. It will be a good way to communicate about incidents that happened earlier in the day. If it is a paper book, it needs to be a book that cannot have any pages removed. If it has lines on the pages, mark through all the lines that are not written on. If it is an electronic record, follow the instructions that come with the software. In an eventual lawsuit, a well-kept logbook can be the best evidence for your defense. Say a person comes into your bar, leaves sober, gets drunk at another bar, and then eventually kills someone. The deceased family sues you and the other bar. The other bar claims you overserved them. Well, if you have a well-kept logbook that logs every patron who appears to be intoxicated and what you did to prevent them from becoming intoxicated, you can use that logbook in your defense. And because the log entries would have been made well before you would have any reason to lie, the logbook can be powerful evidence for your defense. You will be presented with a scenario that will deal with a situation that you would need to document to protect yourself. Once you have watched the scenario, please type what you saw that needed to be documented, and you will then be shown what should have been documented.